Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Texans Probe. Today, we're back with Drew. I know we didn't have an episode last week, but here we are talking about Week 1 and what happened in this Rams game. Obviously, it was kind of a frustrating game, kind of very similar to what we saw last year from the Texans, where they were, where they were a bad offensive team that had a good defense. But I think there's a little bit more to that we'll kind of get into. I thought there was a little bit more up floor for the offense is something that I've talked about. I think the offensive floor is higher this season, just off of that game. And I thought the defense honestly was not as good as maybe the 14 points would show in certain situations. So we can kind of get into that. But Drew, how are you feeling today?
Good, good. I mean, I totally agree with the point you made about there being a lower floor because you saw some moments where this is probably going to be a ground and pound team that can absolutely get you your 3+ yards per carry, and then they're going to break off another big carry and another big carry. Um, I also, don't think it was really a bad game by the offense. It was just more like some specific
Yeah.
plays where they just didn't get the job done. Wasn't anything that they did was flat out bad. And that's just kind of the NFL for you. These were two really good football teams playing against each other, and maybe the better team ended up winning. But the Texans aren't far off from that top 10, top 5
No,
team.
they're not at all. And this is always going to be a tough game. The Rams they returned the most players from last year's roster from a good team last year out of any team in the NFL. This is a team that has a lot of continuity that they brought back in the offseason, and you can't really say that for a lot of teams. So the fact that they were able to bring back all these guys, and they had a fairly young defense last year that we saw progress as the season went along. They have a very good pass rush. So their corners started to play better and better as the season progressed. So to see that kind of stuff, it was always going to be a tough game. You're on the road in against a very good football team that is a contender. It was always going to be a tough game. And Matthew Stafford, I don't care what the back injury said. He's an amazing quarterback no matter when you play him, and
It
he
didn't
was
feel
incredible in
like
that
any
game. I mean, he
injury
was
there.
absolutely incredible in that game. And we were talking about this a little bit before we hopped on stream, and I've talked about it, but I don't know if there was a better, like, I don't know if I feel like that has to be one of the better quarterback duels that we've seen in a game that ended under 25 points. Both of the quarterbacks played really, really well in that
That's a
game.
good way to put
And really, it
it.
didn't feel like either of the offenses had a ton of like trouble moving the football, that neither of them just scored that well. Um, so it really
Exactly.
didn't feel like a
Yeah.
bad offensive game to me. It felt more like it felt more like teams were just kind of feeling each other out for 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter, it was like the Texans were able to move the football in the fourth quarter. They couldn't score though, and that was, and obviously you have to score the football to win games, but I don't necessarily think that like they moved the ball poorly. It was a weird combination of it where I didn't take anything away from the offense going into that game. That I Nothing really changed my opinion on how I felt about the offense. Um, I feel pretty much the exact same,
Yeah.
which is weird, but
I'm there too because when you look at the game, it's like, okay, you throw the interception, but the interception was the number one play on Sports Center. It was
yeah,
the top play on Sports Center. And then you are driving the ball down the field on your game-winning drive attempt, and you fumble the ball.
yeah,
Your running back four
yeah.
fumbles the
And
ball.
granted, we've talked about this
So
on the Texas Probe for forever. Why is Dare Ogunbowale playing? We don't know. It's we still don't know, but you know what? What can we do about it at this point, guys? And yeah,
right. Well, you can preach, reliability, dependability, that kind of thing, but then that kind
yeah,
of goes out the door when you start to fumble the
yeah,
ball.
exactly.
So maybe next time you'll think, well, we can just give Woody Marks and Damian Pierce the ball in space, and they might get more
Yeah,
yardage, and they won't fumble because fumbles are still a rare occurrence. I'd like
yeah.
to say.
Although I'm not really sure if Damian Pierce did anything to deserve himself snaps in that game either.
Well, sure, but at the same time, you're running
Yeah,
duo
yeah,
all the time, gap runs, and if there is not space, there is not
yeah. No, that's
space.
fair too. Um, yeah, and to kind of piggyback off your point, I kind of tweeted this the other day. I can screen share this. I get this pulled up. Let me get this real quick. But it was pretty much off of your point of there being maybe 2 or 3 plays that really killed the Texans
Yeah,
offense, and really Stroud's numbers in general. Like I've kind of talked about, I've talked about it on here. I think EPA per play is not a good way to judge a single player. It's a team stat, but what you can pull up
Absolutely.
is stuff like this, and this kind of shows you why it's a stupid stat for a player, but also shows you that he did play a pretty good game. So, EPA per play. It was 0.03 and 1.2 EPA total added, which first of all, he was better than Matthew Stafford in that regard. So the offense wasn't like completely inept. But obviously 45th percentile is not great. But then if you take away the Higgins interception, which went through his hands, not that he necessarily should have caught it, but you can't let the DB just moss you like that in that situation. You got to either knock the ball down or catch it. And you take away the Dare fumble for Stroud, and then he gets up to 9.6 total EPA and 0.24, which is in the 75th percentile. So it was a game where there was very few or there was
Yeah.
very few mistakes that costed you a lot in this game. And
Yeah, it's kind of a weird game because you usually don't really see that happen to a
yeah,
football team where it's just like, dang, it was just that outdid us. It, whatever, two good teams playing each other. That's what happens. So, and then looking at the chat here, like Troy, I would say it's not weeks, it's more so years
yeah,
in terms of what we're gonna give Kaylee Grace for. Because also you have to remember that he is going to probably be a matchup based offensive coordinator. But it's also hard to do that when you're having to deal with injuries before the game and during the game, and with it being week one. Whew. In terms of matchups, don't really have too much to work with
no.
there. I know people thought the Nico route tree screenshot was funny, but he did actually run routes all over the field.
Yeah, yeah. No, Nico. I mean, Nico's route tree wasn't necessarily the issue. I think the issue with the Nico thing for me at least was maybe not giving him the ball on screens or design plays and that type of situation because there are certain situations where you get into second and 12, second and 13. No matter how you do it, I'd rather get Nico a touch versus Damian Pierce or versus Nick Chubb or versus one of these guys. So if you can try to scheme,
Yeah,
and I get they were pretty vanilla in this game. I'm not overly critical of Nick Haley in this game. I was kind of expecting it to not look pretty at first. And I think there were some good things that he did, but I'm cautiously optimistic that they'll be able to figure that out. I don't really think that's a hard concept. I think it was something that okay, maybe they just
yeah,
kind of overthought in week one. Like you got to find ways to get Nico the ball. And what D'Amico said in the presser was stupid. Uh, oh, we can't really find ways to get Nico the ball when we're in second and 12. That's when you should find ways to get your best player the ball. So don't know why he said that. That was stupid.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, he was a
yeah,
defensive
yeah. I
football
don't know.
player, so
Let's
he
not
can
ask
give a
D'Amico
little bit
offensive
of
question because it does every time he answers it, it
yeah.
doesn't sound great. Um, Going to chat from my guy Sumo. What are y'all thoughts if Tampa rolls into Houston and starts 2-0? I don't think Tampa's going to beat us personally.
Well, again, even if they do, we are talking about another top 10 team, top tier defense that, by the way, looking at their roster, they made two fantastic draft picks in the secondary, which they really
Yeah.
needed. They drafted Jacob Harris, and I don't know if Benjamin Morrison's going to play, but that would really round out a defense that was also already
Uh
really,
huh.
really good. And then to combine with an experienced offensive line, Mike Evans, Abuka, kind of a loaded running back room, underrated running back room, if you will. That's a really, really, really good football team. So I am not going to sit here and be upset about the record. I'm going to sit and be upset about how they lost the game. And that's why I don't really care too much about the Rams game because how they lost the game was just, it happens.
Yeah, yeah. Tampa. Here we go. Tampa's one of the best offenses Houston will see. I mean, their
Yeah.
offense. Yeah, their offense is good. I know. We've disagreed about this for forever, Sumo. I don't think Baker Mayfield's very good, so I'm not overly concerned.
It's not really
Yeah,
about that. It's about not being bad. When you have
yeah.
weapons like that, it's about not
He's a
being.
fine quarterback, and they have good weapons. So, they do luck out because no Tristan Wirfs. Um, no Chris Godwin. So, I'm not overly concerned about this game. I think they're better than Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay doesn't really scare me just because, like I said, I'm not really scared of Baker. Um, And like I
Hopefully we don't have
yeah,
to clip
it's
that.
probably gonna get clipped, and he's probably gonna play well. But I'm not really concerned about him. I've never really been like a big Baker fan at any point, so it's just how we're rolling with this. And they got an offense quarter. Baker, by the way, we're gonna talk about this. Baker sucked in week one. I'm going to talk about this. He was horrible in that game. Um, so
So why were the people on Get Up and First Take talking
he
about
threw
how
three
Baker was a
touchdowns.
bad man?
He had four turnover worthy
Exactly.
plays though, by the way, just so we can discuss that. But
Woo.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't necessarily know if I don't really think the secondary is what gives Stroud issues, though. If you want to go to that comment, I don't really think the secondary is what has ever given him issues.
I don't think the secondary is bad. I don't think CJ Stroud really even has a problem making tight window throws. So it's really about timing
Yeah.
and rhythm within an offense and the yardage that you get
Hmm.
per play. And so that was a little bit off pace. I guess you would say that they're third down. They weren't really doing third and four, third and
No.
five. It was probably more like
Yeah,
last
it
year in
was.
that
Yeah.
aspect where it was.
Yeah. I
So
mean, a couple notes
that's fair.
offensively that I think I want to see in the Tampa Bay game though is uh, go use more motion. Like they didn't use enough motion, I didn't think in that game, and they were actually very effective when they used motion. They just don't have a straight up like talented offense or a talented enough offense to just sit there like in vanilla concepts and be able to dice defenses up. They're just not that good. So you got to find ways to be creative about it. And I get the concern about play action and trying to run play action. It's hard to consistently run play action when your offensive line's not good. You can't really like you don't want to try to turn your back to the defense a ton. Play action is one of the things in the NFL that like jumps past the rating, especially when you're running gap play actions. When you go outside zone play action, there's a little bit more leeway there with pressure rates, but you go with gap stuff and it does kind of juice up. So I get that a little bit. I still would like to see more play action, but um,
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to be
yeah,
able to
I don't
do
think they're going
that
to either.
when Cam Robinson is in the lineup because while he may keep things in front of him, it
Yeah,
will get knocked back, and that was a big problem in Minnesota. And from everything I've heard, and I haven't watched all 22 yet, the
yeah,
knockback
it
was a
was. Yeah.
real thing, so that's concerning.
Yeah, he got knocked back pretty consistently. I'm hoping that Ed Ingram's healthy in this game, and we can move on from this and go with Earth three at left tackle.
Yeah, me too, but
I mean,
yeah.
there was really only one lineman that I thought played well in this game, and it really wasn't all that great. It was probably Titus. I thought Titus was fine in this game.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Um,
easily. Yeah.
he missed a couple like stunts. The thing with Titus is that Titus just isn't good in the run game at guard. Like we've seen this plenty of times. He's not good in the run game at guard, but he's great. He's good in pass protection on the interior still. So play him a tackle. He's a much better tackle than he is a guard. So I don't know why we continue to do this with him. And the one thing he told me in the offseason was that he just wanted to know where he was going to play. And then within week one, about an hour before a kickoff, they move him. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan. I
No.
don't know what the plan was in that situation. I really don't. I
Yeah.
get Juice Scruggs sucks. We've talked about this on here. Juice Scruggs is not good, but and he's not good at guard either.
Yeah, I think that that's kind of the concern that they're just not going to go there with Juice Scruggs. Like, sure, he beat out Jalen Thomas, for the second guard spot, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it. But I guess at the end of the day, was that really much? We weren't there in the building to see that battle really go
No.
on, and Juice Scruggs, just kind of has had the leg up, and yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I think Ingram
Yeah.
is healthy. That's probably the only way to put it because of the concerns about Cam Robinson. I don't though. I will say, obviously, interior pressure would be more of a concern against Tampa
Yeah.
Bay.
Yeah, it would. The only guy on the interior that I thought was like bad was Lakin. Lakin sucked. He was bad, like really bad. But Andrews was fine. Andrews did not play poorly, I didn't think. And then Jarrett Patterson came in; he was fine too. Um, I
Yeah,
mean, in a
no, and
perfect
that's
world,
never a concern.
they would just play Jarrett Patterson at guard. I don't know why they continue to have this weird thing where they refuse to play him at guard because he's the same player at guard that he is at center. He's a good pass protector that can't run block. So I don't know
Yeah,
why like the holdup is here. It feels like Jarrett Patterson just inevitable at this point. If someone gets hurt, Jarrett Patterson comes in, he plays fine, and then they don't move him out of the lineup. So I don't know how this keeps happening, but. Yeah, I mean, Jared Patterson's probably gonna be the center this week if I had to guess. I don't think Jake Andrews is gonna be ready to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, like they kind of dodged a bullet. I mean, obviously, injury reports are injury reports.
Yeah,
CJ, but still, to only be a high ankle sprain, I was quite relieved when I heard about that.
yeah,
I don't think Harrison can really win the job over, but hey, it would be because he turned out to be an improved run blocker, and that's what I've been waiting to see, ever since they
yeah. I
drafted
mean,
him.
I wouldn't be shocked if he took the job from Andrews. I mean, they were pretty close in camp, and it really. I think you're at the point now where if you can sacrifice a little bit in the run game to improve your pass protection, you probably do it. I think that's really what matters at the end of the day. So, and what matters for this team. Um, so
And correct me if I'm wrong, Patterson was the starter in the
yes,
playoffs,
yeah, he was.
correct? And that's when they started running a bunch of duo, and
Yeah,
it did work. So that's really the way to go about it. You obviously the wide zone was not working with Patterson. He just
no,
doesn't have the get off. He doesn't have the flexibility or the length. But obviously, logic would prevail. Gap scheme, duo. You're helping each other out. I think Titus, if he does have to stay at guard, that's fine. But Ed Ingram helping out
yeah, that
Jared
would help a
Patterson
ton. Yeah,
in a duo run scheme be very helpful because he does generate power with his first punch, and he will drive his legs afterwards, and that's really all Patterson needs so that he can
yeah.
go up to the second level.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. I think Ed Ingram could definitely help the run game in that regard. And I think the line was a little bit better than I expected in that game, which sounds weird because it wasn't like they were great, but they weren't horrible in that game. Really, like I said, the offense as a whole was not bad. Like they did not stink on offense. They
Yeah,
had bad moments and they had bad plays, but they were not like a terrible unit. Like there was definitely games last year where I felt like I was watching a really bad offense. I didn't feel like that watching this offense necessarily. I didn't think it was like this offense has no hope. Um,
hmm
and it feels weird saying that, but it didn't feel hopeless. So I'm cautiously optimistic they can kind of figure that out. Um, and they did a couple things that I really like. They snuck the football on fourth down. Like, thank God, we've been waiting for this for forever. I was so happy when they did that. They were pretty good on short yardage when they had the opportunities to be able to good on short yardage. Like they ran the ball pretty well with Nick Chubb on some plays. I mean, like I said, and 3J Stroud played a really good game. If he plays like that, that's my thing. Is I get the scoreboard doesn't say it. If he plays like that every single week, they're gonna win a lot of games and he's gonna put up good numbers. It just didn't happen that game. Like that's the reality of it.
yeah. It wasn't a numbers game. That was a football game, that we watched,
Yep.
and that's just how things ended up going. I think they were more so on the verge of a big play than they were of
I
completely
agree. Yeah,
crumbling.
they definitely
Honestly,
were. I mean, there was a couple plays in that game where if they had like literally a second and a half more to throw they're hitting a deep shot to Nico, or they're hitting a deep shot to Jalen Noel. Like they were close. They were really close in a couple of those situations. And they were good in situational moments, which was pretty big, I thought. Like the drive before the end of half, that's really good from the offense. Like that was really, really good. And really, the staff mismanaged that situation. They should have used their timeout instead of letting 40 seconds run off the clock before the Rams went for it on fourth down. Or I think it was when they went for it on fourth down. It was,
I'm I don't know if I'm there with that, just because I really, really do agree with the philosophy of just wanting to
yeah,
have a
that's
timeout.
fair.
So,
That's
yeah,
fair. I mean, I think I get that point of view. I just disagree. I would rather just have the time on the clock. But at the end of the day, they still operated that well. They got 3 points. Like Stroud operated that really well. He had a big throw to Xavier Hutchinson, and then he had the run. Um, what else did they have? And then you go look at like the 4 minute, 5 minute drive. Whenever the start at the last, like whenever near the end of the game, they managed that about as well as you could manage it. I mean, the only thing for me with that drive was I thought they went too fast. They were in like a no huddle situation for no reason. There was like 2:40 on the
yeah.
clock throughout like midfield and they're like hurrying to the line. So I don't know why they were doing that. That was a little confusing to me, especially when like you're preaching like, okay, we need to be a tempo team. We need to really get to the line, make our adjustments. It's like nobody knows what's going on. The offense has no idea what's going on. in that situation. So I don't know what was going on there, but they managed it pretty well. And unfortunately, Dare fumbled. But you saw Stroud got blitzed. He found the hot in that situation. To Dare, they played before the fumble where he got whatever it was, 15, 16 yards. So I mean,
Yeah.
there was just a lot. There was a lot of pretty good things for the offense as a whole. I thought, especially from the guys in the backfield. Like I said, Stroud and Chubb. Those are probably the two best offensive guys.
Yeah, I think Chubb is bound to have a 100-yard rushing game at some point this season. I saw someone in the chat say that Ingram should be good. Is
I
that
mean, he was a game
was
he was a
was
game
that the
time
word?
decision, so he probably should be fine.
Okay. And what kind of injury was it?
Abdomen, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He'll
I mean,
be
he was
fine. Yeah,
limited in
he'll be
practice, so he should
yeah,
be fine.
he'll be fine. A Monday night
Yeah,
game.
that's a good point too.
He'll
Yeah, I'll
yeah,
be there. We're going. I'm gonna be there. We're pulling for the game. I
yeah,
got class until
yeah.
I got class until 4 though, so
Oh, you ain't going to
I have a
class
quiz.
then.
I was so mad about it. I have a
Ah.
quiz. So yeah, unfortunate. Hey, U of H though on Friday, Colorado coming into town. Let's
There
go.
you
But yeah. So I mean, there wasn't all bad. I didn't really have. That's why I feel like there's a lot of people on my timeline that were really upset with the loss, and I was a little bit confused why people were so upset by that loss. I didn't really get that.
go.
Uh,
Yeah, I have no idea.
yeah, I was a little
Beats
confused
me.
by that one. Sumo, I'll take the blame for that one if Baker plays well. I'll take the blame for that. I'll take the
Yeah, you're running the fine line
yeah,
here, Jacob.
I'll take the blame
He's
for that one
fine.
if he plays a masterclass, or I'll just blame whoever in the secondary got fried. Um,
Yeah. Well, that too. And then and Steve, I wouldn't say that duo isn't going to work. I would say the only way to, if you're going to run at Vita Vea, it would be to combo block him. You
yeah,
cannot leave if you leave Vita Vea 1-on-1 with Jarrett Patterson. I mean, do I have to say
no,
anything
that's not going to
else?
go well. Um, we
So
all know damn well Petry's going to get kicked. I didn't think Petry was that bad in this game. I haven't tweeted it yet. I've been meaning to do it. He was not the problem with the secondary. I didn't think there was worse players in the Texans secondary than Jalen Petry in coverage in that game, and it was guys that you expect a lot out of. It was Derek Stingley and C.J. Gardner Johnson. They sucked. We can be honest. They sucked in this game. They were really bad. Um, Derek Stingley got fried on multiple occasions in this game. I mean, granted, I don't know if he was hurt, what the situation is, but I don't ever really like that excuse because if you're hurt, then you don't go back on the field. If you go back on the field, you're open to criticism if you don't play well. So
he did. Okay, but I still think he was able to
yeah,
turn, and so I think that's why he knew that he was fine to go back in. I know he was hurt, but he was still able to turn. And he looked fluid. He didn't
yeah,
look stiff or anything like that. So I don't know. It's hard to really critique him.
yeah. That's a
I
good
don't know.
situation. But
I give
C.J.
him a
Gardner
little
Johnson, I'm critiquing him. He was not good in this game. He did not play well at all. He sucked. Um,
bit. Let's
okay,
watch some
let's do it.
film
He
because
was
I
not good in this
yeah.
game. I actually haven't even watched the defense. I just watched back the game and I was like, this guy did not play well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, in the preseason, I don't know too much about Chauncey Gardner Johnson. I just know that he had 6 interceptions last year, and that he likes to talk to fans and starts fights on the field and whatever. That's really all that I knew
It is
about
not
him.
letting me share my screen. Let's see if I can
So
figure this out. Um, let's see.
I
Okay,
can try
yeah,
to.
yeah. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. It usually does. So I'm a little confused by this one.
Yeah. All right, let's get this loaded up.
Yeah, if you have it, you can share it this week and we can watch from that. Just do.
Okay, bet.
I might have to. Let's see. I have to add you. Are you sharing it right now? Okay,
No,
got you.
I'm signing
Got you.
in.
No, you're all good. I
Sorry.
just didn't know if I had to add it yet.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah. We are in. Um, there we go. All right, I'm just gonna share this tab. Can
Let
you
me
see
add it.
it?
There we go. Yep, I got it. Yep.
You got it? All right. All right, what should we take a look at
You
first?
can. I mean, we were talking defense. I'm assuming people
Yeah,
want to
we were
watch
talking
offense,
defense.
so we can probably
Yeah,
you could probably do a little of both. Um, I mean,
a little bit of
Stafford played an incredible game. Honestly, he was really really good in this game.
yeah. All right. Yeah. Hate that it
No, I don't know
this
why
thing's
they.
kind of in my
I don't know
way. I
why they
can't.
did that.
Yeah, but I can press start and play and all that stuff. So just kind of take a look at it here first. I mean, this is Chauncey Gardner Johnson coming from depth, so he has to
Yeah,
float down. And that's a really tough
yeah,
ask.
yeah. That
Stafford
that was
made
a
the
fine
right
job
read,
from CJ.
so can definitely be fine with that. Let's see if there's any likely not much of a pass rush, but
Yeah, just so we can kind of point this out, Sheldon Rankin had 5 pressures in it. Damn, Petrie got flipped. Was that him? I think that was him. Oh my
yeah.
God.
First play of the game, D'Amico calls a defensive back blitz. You love to see it. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
There we go.
You can make it. You can choose the one angle, so you don't have to skip it twice if you don't want. If you want to just do like, if you want to just like make it. Oh yeah, click that, and then you can make it like end zone or.
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna say, I personally prefer the
Yeah, I
sideline
agree.
view because I do like to see how quick edge rushers get off and when they get their hands on first, and you can also see the secondary from here,
Yeah, I agree
so
with that.
it's nice. It's the same fucking play though,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
hold
you're good.
on.
You're good. You should just be able to go to the end now, and it should skip it.
Okay, I literally have autoplay next play on, but
Oh
oh my
yeah,
fucking god.
maybe just not. Just go out and click the next play. Like go like click out of your screen and yeah.
Yeah, I gotta freaking
You can select
insane.
passing for
All right.
Stafford too if you want on the side, so it'll just be his passes.
Okay. Yeah, might as well just do all the passing plays. I think the run defense
Yeah,
was
they were fine. Yeah,
fine, wouldn't you
they
say?
were
I
fine.
mean, really nothing much to it. So I have no issues with the run defense. I guess Tommy Togai was hurt. Is
No,
that
I
the
think he was just I
official
think he was just healthy and
thing?
active actually. I don't think he was hurt.
Well, that's a shame. Now, fortunately, Sheldon Rankins saved all his juice for
5 pressures.
regular season, like we all thought he
5
would.
pressures.
So yeah, I mean, there's
Ooh
pressure
man,
right
yeah, he
there
got.
for all of it.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
you can zoom back in now if you want. It should be able to. It
Okay.
should be fine now.
All right. Better not screw me over. Here we go. So, I mean, Will Anderson actually goes a little inside move. Sheldon Rankins won. And this is just a
Yeah, it's a
amazing
really good
catch.
catch.
I mean, that's what I meant when this was a football game. Like these guys were just playing within the very
Yeah.
thin margins, and it was really impressive by both
Yeah, there was
teams.
very little margin for error in that game. In this game for sure. This was a really good play
So
by
here we
Kamari
go.
Lassiter. I remember this.
Yeah, I mean, he just comes in at the point of attack explosively. A lot harder than most
Yeah.
cornerbacks in the league will. It wasn't really built up, too. It was just kind of
Yep.
generated it right there.
This play, I don't remember this play. I'm trying to think of the plays. I had a hard time from. Oh, this was the Aziz pressure. This was a good pressure too.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Aziz had a really good
Yeah, I
game.
mean,
He
you don't
played really well.
I don't love what Chauncey Gardner Johnson is doing over the middle when there is a free tight end, but we didn't have to worry about that. Probably would have made a tackle after a couple yards, anyways.
Yeah, I didn't really think either of the safeties were that great. If we're gonna talk about that, I didn't.
And then Will Anderson just whew, shot out of a cannon.
This was classic Henry Toto in coverage.
Okay, let's see. So he's got his eyes on the wide receiver. Um, let me see. Hold on. Yeah, what I'm thinking is that is not on Henry Toa and that is on
Yeah,
Kalen Bullock. Just excellent splitting up of the yardage here because I'm sure the sticks are
yeah,
right
I think they
about
were.
there.
Yeah.
And he does actually false step, by
Okay,
the way,
okay.
Jacob. Ready? You watching Bullock?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So not a Henry
That's
Toa.
fair.
mistake. That's his
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's Henry ToTo's job to be on that underneath route. So, tough situation, but
This play. I don't remember this one either. Oh, this was a just a miss. Jalen Petrie in coverage.
yeah.
He had outside leverage there.
I mean, look, that's just an
That's it.
awesome
Yep.
downhill trigger. He doesn't have the greatest range, doesn't have much length, but the trigger was just fluid and
Yeah,
quick.
like I said, I'm really surprised that he's getting as much slander as he is. People know what he is. I don't know why people are surprised that
And then he generates a pressure
this was a
again,
drop. I remember
or
this.
potential.
This was a drop.
Yeah, we're just gonna go to Devontae Adams here.
He just dropped it.
Transition too quickly. Yeah.
Okay, this was a penalty that the Texans had a lot of penalties that were annoying. This wasn't one that bothered me though. I didn't really have anything bad to say about this one.
Yeah.
This was more so like Puka trying to dodge a tackle. He accidentally gets low, and Henry Toto hits him in the face.
I mean, honestly, I think it's obvious whose fault
Yeah,
it is on this
that's
play.
Gardner Johnson,
You
right?
have
I
to make
think
the tackle. It's Garner Johnson, which is
he
really,
sucked.
really
Yeah, he was
poor
not good in this
form.
game.
Look how high his pad level is, and look how late he changes the angle. Look, I mean, he was extremely tall up to right
Mhm.
here.
Yeah, and I think the sticks were right there, so he probably could have. Um, maybe he could have stopped, made it stop. I don't remember exactly where it was. So
No, I think they were. They were. Unfortunately, just another cover 4
Terrell
action,
Taylor,
cover 2
yeah, gets
action.
pressure.
And this is exactly
Yeah,
why Kamari Lassiter probably should have been a first round pick, is because of the support he
he
provides
was
in
pretty
cover
easily the
2.
best DB for the Texans on Sunday. It wasn't really all that close. There was not a lot of competition. There was not a lot of good ones, but he was pretty easily the best one, I thought.
Yeah. And I don't think they'll ever really put him in a role where he has to play man
No,
coverage because he's just such a perfect fit in that scheme. Here they're playing cover 3. He's going to kind of take the in breaking route. Also, really bad route by Whittington.
oh,
Not the
this was a
greatest
really good
route
job by
runner.
Neil Hunter and Sheldon Rankins on the pass rush. They stunted and they both came free. Hunter essentially
Yeah.
took like three guys with him, and Rankins just looped around.
That's what it's all about.
I think this was another Devonte Adams drop.
Yeah.
He had a couple of ones that he probably should have caught. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And so this is after the
Yeah,
Stingley injury, and he's not hurt. He's not hurt at all in this transition from what you can
yeah.
see. I mean, Sticky, look at that. Plants his foot in the
I think
ground.
we just have to honestly, like, I
Awesome
think
play
he's just
by
one of these
Stingley.
guys that we're just gonna have to accept that early season Stingley's not as good as late season Stingley. Like, he just is not. He has not played.
No, whoa! What are you talking about?
No, that was fine. No,
perfect
I'm just saying
technique.
in general, he did not play very well in this game. Um,
So you're probably referencing a play like
yeah,
this. It kind of gets crossed up a little bit.
yeah. Devontae Adams beat him a
From
couple
what I can
times.
tell, they're playing cover 3. Well, and the problem with this, what I don't like, is that he's not protecting the
Mhm.
boundary when he has inside help. So he probably should have been standing or sitting a little bit more out here so that he wouldn't get crossed up. And because he doesn't have elite
No,
length. That's what you have to remember. Stingley doesn't have elite length, but he's one of the fluidest transitioners, movers that you'll see at the secondary position.
no, I don't remember this play either. Oh, this was a good throw. Yeah, it was a good throw.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what kind of leverage. I mean, yeah, Petrie was holding outside leverage here. So whenever you want to like blame a player, this is not one of those where it happens. I would say maybe if he had a little bit better route recognition, he would undercut it instead of going like that. He would go
Mhm.
like that. But that was a great throw. So I mean, I'm pausing it essentially, but it really happened that
Yeah.
quickly.
Puka
So
kept confusing me because I forget he switched numbers. So every time I saw the number 12, I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then it was, oh, it's Puka.
yeah,
I did that a couple times to myself.
right. And then that they just caught the Texans in a bad look. They're playing a lot of cover three. There's Christian
There
Harris,
you
by
go.
the way. Caught him in a bad look, and that's what football is all
Yep.
about. Schematics and situations. And that was the first half. I mean, nothing too
No.
crazy, nothing egregiously bad done by any Texans player in the secondary.
This was another play by Kamari that was really. I mean, this is a good play by Will Anderson too, for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah.
For sure. Both of them.
We can take a look and see what Kamari did. Yeah, he just kind of it may be hard to see, but he immediately triggered downhill. So great play. And then it's gonna be a Devontae Adams completion on Stingley. So let's take a look right here.
That's a really good
Uh,
throw.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I stuttered, but I mean, look at the hitch, super precise,
He's
crazy
so
zip
good, man.
after
He's
hitching
so
like
good.
that.
It was funny seeing Brett
Um,
Coleman tweet like, you basically just watch Matthew Stafford versus Gen Z Matthew Stafford, and and honestly, like you can kind of see the
yeah,
similarities in the play, but Matthew Stafford is ahead of CJ right now, which is not that's not a critique at all. Um, like I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
yeah.
It's just the reality of it. I mean, he's been in the league for however long. He's in a really good offense too.
I mean, you see? Are you seeing the reaction time that Stingley displayed here? I mean, it's
Yeah.
impeccable. So he's not allowed to bite yet. He can't bite there yet because what if it's a double move? And then the second he turns his shoulder in, he knows he can't come back inside or outside. Bang.
Yeah, he was not hurt in this
Whew.
game.
Not hurt at all. No, great game by Derek Stingley. Um, I think people should have realized instantly he was going to be a top
Yeah.
cornerback in the league.
Yeah, for sure. What was they had a big chunk play? I don't remember this. Oh,
Yeah, let's back it. So basically, this guy right here, they're in a little bit of a bind. Um, so that's going to be a zone. I don't know what do you want to call it, mix up, because he's looking at the most inside slot receiver, but that should be his guy, and Chauncey Gardner Johnson should be taking whatever vertical comes his way from these two.
mhm.
So his eyes are on the wrong target. And he actually realizes it too. That's why he flips like that and slips.
Yeah,
So you're right, Jacob. That was a big time slip up by Chauncey Gardner
yeah,
Johnson.
it's funny that yeah, he gets he kind of knows. He kind of knew he messed that one
Yeah,
up.
he knows.
This was such a good throw. This was such a good throw. And it's like,
Jeez. Oh wow. I mean, yeah, like maybe a Baker Mayfield misses that. Maybe an Anthony Richardson misses that. And that's a potential interception because that's just right in the bucket.
so good. He's so good.
Crazy.
He's incredible. I don't really have anything else to say about Matthew Stafford. He's incredible. He's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome throws.
He's definitely there's really two guys for me that are in the conversation for the fifth best quarterback, and he's one. He's one of them.
Looks like everyone held up in coverage too. Yeah, I think that's just
Yeah.
a mismatch, honestly. When you have Petrie, and Devontae Adams, I will say, would just prefer him, already lacking length, to hold that inside leverage a little bit more and not get stacked so easily.
Yeah.
He's always been kind of a bitey, handsy player. And I think when you're going up against receivers like Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, you should just really hone in on where my leverage is. Not you, and you should know that they're gonna do things to you to get you
Mhm.
off balance. And then Jesus Christ, I mean, Kamari Lassiter. You never really say a cornerback is all over the
He's
field, but
everywhere.
this guy is all over.
He's a
That's
stud, man.
crazy.
He really is.
If only we still had Stephon Diggs, that would have been a phenomenal trade.
It's true.
Uh,
Could have used him. Could have used him yesterday too.
yeah,
He's still a good player.
could have
Good for
used
him.
him.
I like Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Man, that's a
And then that's off coverage. And oh, look at the anticipation, actually. There was literally no chance for
yeah.
Lassiter to get there. So whenever evaluating quarterbacks, just kind of see when they get into that release. And then you also know if the cornerback had a chance, and Lassiter had no chance. So I guess that's we get some Henry To'oTo'o
There we
coverage
go.
here, Jacob. He's
Good job,
patient
yeah.
and reacts. There you go. Wait, what the
I
hell?
think they
That
picked it
was a
up.
flag? Okay, yeah.
I think they
Maybe I
picked
was
that one
still
up.
doing something. I don't know. That was the first play of the second half.
Fourth
Wait,
quarter, I think.
don't
I think
know.
this is the fourth. Yeah.
Fourth quarter, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That
sure they
was,
picked that one up.
on the 12th. Yeah, they had to have. They're in the
Mhm.
same spot. Next play. To'oTo'o again. I mean, he's doing the right thing in coverage. Just, jeez.
It's a really good throw.
This is what I'm talking about. It's the little plays like this where it's just like you kind of, drop your jaw.
Yeah, that's a really. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about that. I don't really know. Matthew Stafford's just one of those guys, man. He's so fun to watch. He's legit one of my favorite quarterbacks to go watch. He's
Yeah, hopefully we're not dropping our jaw at what things Baker
we
Mayfield
won't.
does next Wednesday. We won't. We won't, he says.
If you're
Looks like
impressed by
more of a
checkdowns,
coverage sack.
then you'll be really liking the Baker Mayfield film.
Yeah. I think Stingley again was really aggressive this game. I don't know why he does this against Devontae Adams, but Devontae didn't really
He's
do
overly
anything
aggressive a
special.
lot. I feel like and it works because he turns the ball over a lot, but you also see it not work in certain situations. So it's not really like that's not really like a new thing for him. I feel like he try he
No, I
that's
agree.
something that he probably should try to clean up. Is some of these maybe knowing when to go for these big plays in certain situations.
But I think at the same time, like that's why he was so great against Tyreek
Yeah,
Hill
that's true.
because he can keep up with him athletically, and he isn't really concerned about, or he's getting confused probably by the tempo of Devontae
Yeah.
Adams. So it's two superstars but different matchup advantage for Stingley against
Well, Anderson Bull
others.
Rush.
Woo! Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see some of Jared Verse doing that in a minute or two here. That was nasty.
Yeah.
I don't think Daniil Hunter has really created a knockback this
No, he
game.
didn't.
But
He was fine.
but what I do
But yeah, he
like,
didn't.
but what I was gonna say was what I like is that he just kind of instantly counters. He is creating some knockback, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna get inside too. And so it would have been a sack for Daniil Hunter that play, honestly, if
Yeah.
Anderson didn't create pressure, which is terrifying for offensive coordinators. All right, Dylan Horton
Yeah, he
in
played a
here.
little bit.
He's not really doing too much.
I remember this team that missed that tackle, yeah. But
Yeah. Yeah, nothing too much going on there.
by the way, this also proves my point about EPA per play being a bad way to evaluate quarterbacks when you watch Matthew Stafford in this game. Because good
Yeah.
lord.
I mean,
This
even
throw was
this throw.
ridiculous. I remember that, yeah.
Wow. Pretty good.
Yeah, he had
Good. He's also kind of protecting him
he
from
had
the
5
safety.
big time throws in this game.
Yeah. I'm trying to see kind of where
Just a reference if maybe y'all don't know like how big time throws work or the amount. Like CJ Stroud had 23 all of last season, and Matthew Stafford had 5 this game.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
All right.
He's pretty good.
See if there's any bigger plays that happen.
I mean, at this point, it's probably just gonna be the Aziz forced fumble. I don't really think anything else happens on that drive that's all that crazy.
I think we'll go to the CJ Stroud passing game. I think we'll cover more of the the run game after the Tampa
There
Bay
wasn't a
game,
lot
just because
to
I
cover
think
in the run
that.
game. I mean, they didn't run
Yeah,
the ball that
exactly.
much.
I don't know why the hell it's not letting me type, but there we go. All right. Yeah, we're going to see CJ Stroud passing plays. Should be interesting. Obviously, it was a stupid start to the game. But what are you going to
Yeah.
do? This is what the Texans dealt with all year last year. And they're going to see press coverage to start. And I don't really understand how this. Yeah, I would say probably more so poor timing by Nico Collins at the
Yeah,
catch
this
point.
this like when you watch it from the end zone view, this probably should have been a catch, I thought. I really thought he should have caught this
Yeah,
one.
I think that was exactly where he
Yeah.
wanted it to be placed.
Maybe the best fade ball we've ever seen from CJ Stroud, actually, or sideline. Yeah.
That was literally my
Yeah.
next sentence. That was really nice throw and should have been caught. They're already faking pressure, handled well by the offensive line. See if CJ could look off the linebacker.
Yeah,
No, the
they played that
linebackers
pretty
did a
well,
really good
yeah.
job of dropping there on Nico. Probably just because he's known
Yeah.
as such
Well,
a
and I want to say
breaking
this
down
was a third,
threat.
and that was a third and like 18. So they weren't gonna let a guy get behind him. They were gonna give you that Stover throw. It was a good job from CJ too.
And here, I remember Ken Robinson was totally cheating on that play,
Oh
but
yeah,
no.
yeah, he false started pretty good on that play, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that too when I was watching. I thought that
Nice.
was funny.
Unfortunately, here I guess he's forced to leave the
I don't really think
pocket,
he
but
is.
Jalen Noel
I
is
didn't really think
easily
he
wide.
was. I thought they did a pretty good job on Verse actually.
But they did handle this
Verse just made an
pressure.
inside move. And but they handled it pretty.
So
They
he
handled it pretty well.
vacated.
And I don't think he really had to. I mean, he's still under control there. And then he just. I mean, it was a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
I think he didn't really feel this pocket. I feel like he thought this window was a little bit too tight.
Yeah,
Kitchens does a good job of flowing to it, so I'm okay with him
yeah.
not
Like I said, on a
making that
3rd and
throw.
4, whatever it was, go get yourself a first down. This was one of
Exactly.
CJ's better plays. This is bad from Damian Pierce too.
Yeah. So we're just gonna. Yeah, I mean the mechanic is just super fluid outside the pocket. Let's take a look at this release. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
quick too. Like it.
yeah.
Like it
Damian
a
Pierce
lot.
just shouldn't. He just shouldn't release there. I don't really know what he was doing there.
Here you
This was a
got
good throw too.
heavy formation. Nick Chubb, good pass protection there. I think again that was something that we were
Yeah, yeah.
really
He did a
looking
good job here.
forward
Yeah, I
to.
remember that.
Steps up well, sees Higgins. I like the kind of the combination of touch and
Hmm.
velocity there. It was layered perfectly. So we really yet to see a bad throw by
This
CJ
could
Stroud. And
probably
I'm not sure we're
be.
going to see
This
very
wasn't a
much.
bad throw, but this wasn't a great throw.
Yeah, and then also
Hutchinson. This is a good route from Hutchinson.
I think I think CJ needs to kind of realize that Noel is a speed threat and that he will get over top. But maybe if this route was just a little bit
Hmm.
more linear, all
Jared Verse does
bendy.
win here too. Actually,
But,
both of the tackles lose, so you kind of have pressure right in your lap.
let's say yeah, Cam Robinson actually just was
Yeah,
grabbing.
he grabbed a lot.
I honestly don't think he
He
has the
grabbed a
longest.
lot.
I don't really think he has the longest
No,
arms.
he even in that
Uh, horrible hand
the
placement.
hold that was called at him on the first play that people were complaining about, he literally just tackled him. He grabbed him by he grabbed him by the collar and just. So I don't know why people were confused by that one. He
Yeah.
was grabbing a lot.
Yeah, and then here Ursari's base is just far too wide to anchor
Good
down.
job from Titus though.
Just kind of something to look at. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure who the. Oh, that's Fisk. I mean, one of my favorite
T-Rex
interior
guy.
pass rushers.
Yeah, he's a good play though. This was against the blitz on a 3rd down. This was a good throw.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely got the pressure got there. Let's see what Ursary does. I don't think he gets enough depth. I think he has to realize that you have to cut
Yeah.
him off when he's from a standing 7, and you just kind of is
Yeah,
treating him
yeah,
like a 5
he's too
technique
inside, yeah.
right here. Yeah. But really nice throw. I mean, look at that. It's kind of like a snappy
Mhm.
motion too. Love it. You're not seeing kind of the hesitance we saw in some games last year, which is really what they needed to get back. And so honestly, CJ doing this and that, making throws like that in this game is really inspiring
Yeah,
for the
for
rest of the
sure.
year. And same up, on ones like this. Pretty good velocity. And he's just
Yeah,
confident.
this one,
I
like,
think Nico.
I mean, it's tough because Higgins is open, but there's just no time to get to that.
Yeah,
You go find your hot. That's what I don't understand. People complain about him not throwing to hots and then he throws to a hot, and it's like, why do you not hold the ball there? So I don't know. This throw is
I
behind him.
think the
This
pressure.
throw is not the best throw. I mean, it could have been caught, but it's not the best throw.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. The problem, and this is kind of where the Lakin I don't know,
Oh
weaknesses will
Jesus.
come. Just can't turn. He can't turn
Yeah.
and recover. He sees it, but he can't
hmm
turn and
This is
recover.
also just a good play by Cam Kitchens. It wasn't like a bad throw. It just wasn't a great throw.
I think it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
wide open. Yeah. Now I will say it was probably NFL
Yeah,
open,
yeah. No,
and
that's a throw that he
Stroud
should have made for sure.
missed it.
There was only a couple throws that I thought kind of got away from him. That was kind of one of them. And granted, but my whole point that I was making earlier was that I think if you're expecting him to not miss throws at certain points, then there's a bigger issue with the offense because you're gonna miss throws in certain situations. It's just gonna happen. That was one of the few in this game. This ball should have been ripped to Dalton Schultz. I don't know why he didn't throw it. I don't know why he didn't throw it.
Yeah, CJ Stroud held on to the ball here. This is not a major
Yeah, I don't know
pressure
why he did.
allowed.
I don't know why he did this.
He's staring at it, and this is not a deep
I don't know why he
shot
did
play.
this.
You have an underneath route. You have a
Should have been thrown
corner.
right now.
You have
I
an
don't know why he
out.
didn't throw it.
This, yeah, this is one of those like we saw with Matthew Stafford. It's a timing play, and Stroud didn't have the timing down there.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe that's part of new offense. I don't necessarily know, but
Yeah, that's a great point. He's probably never done that play in game yet, and I'm sure that's what they're talking about in the film room
man, if
too.
Jaden
So
Higgins could have made this block, this would have been a big gain. Um, yeah, I mean, that's what I was kind of talking about earlier. Is I'm not necessarily like, um, I'm not necessarily upset with how they play, just because I think there's a lot of learning the new offense and different things like that. So
yeah, and then this was just a forced throw.
yeah,
I just don't really understand, what Cam Robinson
I
thinks he's
honestly thought this was a
doing
penalty. I
here
thought the
with this
linebacker got there
last
too
set.
early, but I mean, yeah, it wasn't really open, but I just
I mean, but I don't. Again, I just don't understand what he thinks is going to
Yeah,
happen.
Cam sucks.
There is a massive gap for the guy to go inside, and Robinson is like attacking his outside shoulder to slightly inside.
Yeah. That's kind of another
So I
play
don't
though
understand.
where it's almost a timing thing again, because I wonder if it almost looks like if he waits a second, Nico probably runs away from the
Oh
linebacker. He
yeah,
threw it almost too early. Um,
he had
yeah, yeah,
to,
like you said, the pressure got there. This sack I
and then
wasn't
this.
really mad at. Or it's like 3rd and 10. There's nothing really open, and you're still in field goal range. I don't know what Dare is doing, by the way. I still have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, I think this. Oh shit. I think here. Oh god, I was just gonna say go to Higgins, because he
That's
had
what
the
I thought
fade
too on
and
that
and
play.
the
I thought
route.
he should have given Higgins a shot, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
really know if he trusts Higgins at this point, so I guess we'll see.
and this another timing play.
That's covered pretty well.
I that he could try to draw a
Yeah,
hold.
Hutchinson was being grabbed here a little bit.
Hutchinson was held on his or nearly face
I mean,
mask.
yeah,
He was
you
open.
probably should have gotten the
Um,
hold call either way.
and he's looking to throw it, and he would have drawn. Yeah, so he would have drawn the flag if he
Yeah.
had thrown it. But hey, I like the crafty scrambling in the pocket. I feel like he's playing a bit sped
Mhm.
up right now. Stroud is, but kind of see how it
I actually thought he was.
progresses
I know
here.
it sounds funny because they scored 0 points. I thought he was better in the second half than he was in the first half. So
Okay.
we'll kind of this is a good throw.
Yeah.
It is open, but it's a good throw.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you want here. Three defenders. Again, touch, velocity, placement, spot on.
This one, I didn't really get this. I don't know why they were trying to go to the sideline when they had a timeout. I didn't really get this call. Probably
Yeah. Yeah. And then also
Higgins,
you
yeah,
have yeah. I like how Higgins shuts it down too,
yeah.
knowing that this guy's there and he
Hmm.
won't be able to reach. Um, I think he just kind of adjusted his stem. I like it. So it's kind of a smart route by
This was a good
Higgins.
job from CJ. This was one of his better plays of the day.
Yeah.
He outran the spy too.
Yeah, this is huge. Yeah, that was really impressive. I mean, it's obvious that they're in man coverage and they're spying, so really
Good
good
job.
decision. That was
Yep.
exactly what they needed. They needed a field goal. They needed some momentum.
All right, so we're on to the second half now. This is really when I thought CJ Stroud started playing really
Yeah.
good football.
Okay.
And I thought he had a fine first half. It wasn't like great. There was very few mistakes. It just wasn't anything all that. This is that surprisingly. I know he's wide open. That's a pretty good throw. He got the blitzer and you threw it like at a weird angle.
Yeah.
That was a good job by him.
Also, just a great first
Hmm.
scripted play. I mean,
I actually think
something
the
nice
first
and
I
easy
think the
to the
first play
flats.
was a penalty.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
sticks are moved. Yeah, right. Here we have our first look at insert
Oh, there you go.
play action. There you go, Hutchinson.
Ooh.
Really, really
Yeah.
good coverage. They just didn't account for the underneath.
Oh,
So
this
shout out
this
to them. I
throw.
mean, I think
This
the
is such a
Rams deep.
special throw, dude. This is unreal. This is such a good throw.
Oh,
He
because
got
he was
killed.
getting yeah. Look at that. I mean, the ball nearly gets deflected. Um, I'm trying to see how he follows through on this. It just yeah,
So special.
all arm on that throw.
Good
Super
anticipation too.
impressive.
He threw that ball when Nico was not even his break yet. Oh, this sack was so bad. This is such a stupid sack. This is such a stupid sack. I don't know what he was trying to do here. This is like one of his few mistakes in the second half. I don't know what he was trying to do.
Yeah, I mean,
First of all, this route concept sucks. I don't. You have two guys in routes, and neither of them are taking. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this play, but
yeah, I think you just need to throw anticipation to Higgins. Obviously, Nico Collins isn't
no.
open, so more so just kind of took a sack for no reason. And then this, I obviously don't think he's open and should have taken the underneath.
Yeah.
But I like that he trusts Higgins' height, and so you can definitely see him making that catch in another game. Something
This
very
is a
similar to it,
really
at
good
least.
throw. This is a really, really good throw.
Got Woody marks and
Yep.
pass protection
He
too,
he
so you
got
can
cooked
walk.
actually on this play, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very, very compact. He doesn't have much of a weapon to hit with. But yeah, like you said, throwing under pressure. Look at that. Fade away. With lead on it. The ball has lead to it. Super impressive throw. He
He actually could have ripped Hutchinson again there too.
he trusted.
He wasn't really
Yeah,
looking there.
just the fact that he trusted
Hutchinson
Watson
played really
too.
well. Like I know that maybe it doesn't show up on like the stat sheet, but he was open a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can just tell that his releases are
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
for
better.
sure. He stacks on routes a lot better too.
Uh, yeah,
Like we talked about earlier, like that was his biggest thing was that he wasted a lot of movement.
he wastes a lot of
Yeah.
movement. Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we got Higgins catch.
This is like third and 19. They picked up 9.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Blake Fisher face mask
Yeah,
came in for 3 plays.
Yeah, that was the least shocking thing I had seen all game.
This is a good throw too. I mean, it's pretty easy throw, but it's one of those again where he's protecting Hutchinson. People still don't understand the fact that the reason that he makes Hutchinson slide here is because he doesn't want Hutchinson to die.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was without a doubt perfect. I remember watching that play. Like that was the only spot he could have thrown it in.
Damian Pierce, man.
Oh boy.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I rooted for him, but at some point we gotta have some.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the ball in his hands, and look where his helmet
Yeah.
is. It's just kind of simple as that. I do believe he should have hit Nico here, though, especially when you can literally just
Yeah, I don't know.
kind of either pump fake or
Don't know why he didn't do that.
so. Uh, yeah.
Dalton Schultz for 8. What was this? I don't remember this. Oh, I do remember this. This was stupid. What is he doing? What is Dalton Schultz doing? He needs 9 yards. What is he doing?
Yeah. Well, do you really think he was going to
I
get
mean, he got
this?
8. He needed one more.
Yeah, I mean, he can turn outside and we can see what happens. But either way,
I still don't understand why he
it
tried
would
to
have been
hurdle.
really close.
He always does this. Why does
Oh,
he
I
come off
think
his
that
feet? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I just think it was the only
Yeah,
chance.
maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, good rhythm throw. Good play call against
This
zone
this is the
coverage.
this is the final drive, by the way. So you get the start of the
Yeah.
drive here. This is
Hmm.
a slant to Nico. I
Yeah.
remember this.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah,
good
it was
coverage.
good
I mean,
coverage.
the Rams defense is
Yeah, very good
great.
defense.
It was impressive because it's not a bunch of
No, it's not.
superstar
It's a very young
players.
defense.
Yeah. You were gonna.
That
I'm just gonna
actually
tip.
that actually was
Yeah, I
there
mean,
too. I didn't really.
it was
Yeah,
absolutely there.
that's just
Yeah.
frustrating. Good.
Here we go.
Well, no,
Last
this
play
is
of the
second to
game.
last. Second to last. They hit Daria for the big
Oh,
gain, and then he fumbled. Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, maybe
Good
that's
job,
why he
CJ.
stayed in the
This is
game
a, it's
because
a,
he
it's a good job from him.
got to his hot. That was awesome to see the moment it happened.
Yeah, but again, my whole thing with Dari is like, people are like, "Oh, he made that play," but it's like, dude, anyone in the running back room could have made that play. He just runs out into the flat. And actually, if that's Woody Marks, he
Yeah,
probably gets more than 16 yards. But I digress.
exactly. Yeah, you can see, fuck, he kind of bobbles the ball. Why is it doing this? He kind of bobbles
Huh?
it or hesitates. You can tell that he's not a very confident runner after the catch, and then he's diving forward for no reason. Because what down
First
is it?
down.
Isn't it second down? It's first down. Yeah, we're diving forward for no reason. So you can say the linebacker made a great play, but that's not how you carry the ball in the open field. Not at all.
Look at short arms Braden Fisk getting in
Not.
there too. He picked it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, this was a well, let's see how close it
pretty
was to
close.
being a really, really close for Titus Howard. He was probably real upset
Yeah,
about
that he can
that.
do, but yeah, he was close.
But,
It just sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, both quarterbacks played well. There wasn't anything special that happened in the run game for either team. I think Matthew Stafford obviously had the better game, which is funny based off of the PFF grades and the EPA per play
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. But that's why we watch film and not do analytics.
Yep.
So I think the Rams defense
They
also
did.
played really,
They
really
definitely
well
did. They deserve credit
in
for
that.
that. They played really well in that game. Not much
Yeah,
you can do. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not too disappointed with the loss. I mean, it sucks. Obviously, you want to win, but they were close with a really good team, and they were pretty even, I would say. I think the Rams just made more plays on offense, but the Texans made a lot of plays they made timely plays on offense. They made timely bad plays on offense as well, which it's unfortunate, but there's very obvious ways for the offense to put up more points next week and moving forward. I mean, I would say that they probably they probably played better than 9 points would suggest in this game. Overall, like I said, they had some time. They had some bad timely plays that would cause that to probably not be true. But overall, they were fine.
Yeah, yeah. I expect the team just kind of maybe come out a little bit angry, come out a little bit on fire against the Buccaneers, and that's a
Yeah, for
good
sure,
thing.
it
I think that's
is.
what they kind of
It
do.
is. That should be a fun game. I'm excited. I think the offense will play better. I think they'll play pretty well in that game. I'm pretty excited to see that. Although I am a little concerned about the sim pressures Todd Bowles going to throw, who I don't think is very good, but he does throw sim pressures all the time, and um,
They win
they
games,
do.
Jacob.
They do win
They win
games,
games.
and I have my reasons for why they win games, and I don't think it's Todd Bowles or Baker Mayfield. I think it has to
Hey,
do with NFC South and weapons. So there you go. Yeah.
Defense win games.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, nothing overly like to be concerned about this week, I don't think. I think if you expected the offense to be elite, then you were always
Yeah,
kind of gonna be wrong.
that's for sure.
You were kind of setting yourself up for some disappointment here. So
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine on offense. I really do. I think they'll be okay. And the defense was fine. I mean, Matthew Stafford made some throws that it's like I don't know what you do in that situation. He just played his ass off.
Right.
And
Exactly.
most of the elite quarterbacks have not done that against the Texans. Like you want to go look at like Josh Allen, you want to go look at Patrick Mahomes never played a game against the Texans that well, I would say. Or well, in the D'Amico era, you could go back and probably find one. But in the last 3 years, I mean, Matthew Stafford probably played the best game a quarterback's played against the Texans in the D'Amico Ryan's era. I think maybe Lamar last year. I guess Lamar on Christmas, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, he was unstoppable.
Yeah,
So
I mean, yeah, and it happens. I mean, Matthew Stafford's really, really good. Like the Rams are a really good team. They literally were in the divisional game. They were 20 seconds away from beating the Super Bowl champions. Like we have to realize this is a very good football team. And Sean McVay is the best coach in the NFL. Like we just gotta have we just have to
right.
realize that and move on. It's not the end of the world. It was never the end of the world. It's fair to this is kind of what I said. It's fair to question what they did in the offseason because the offensive line's still not going to be good. And it was never going to be good. So I don't know why people were like so surprised by that. The talent's just not there for a lot of the positions. It's just like Cam Robinson's not very good. Laken Tomlinson is not very good. Um, so it's just, I mean, they can do a certain amount, and like I said, the floor looks better. Cole Popovich, it's definitely a better. They definitely played better than they would have last season against that same front. So that's something.
Good
Um,
point. Yeah.
but it's just not a great offensive line unit. So if you were expecting it to be a great offensive line unit, then that's kind of just on you at the end of the day. You can look at the talent, and we can watch Cam Robinson give up 13 pressures against the same Rams team 6 months ago and realize, okay, probably not very good. It's probably not going to be great. But C.J. Stroud played well. Nick Chubb played pretty well. Xavier Hutchinson played pretty well. So just it
Yeah.
does suck Cade Stover got hurt. I thought he was pretty good in this game too.
Yeah. Um,
That's unfortunate. But yep, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. This one was kind of like it was kind of different. There wasn't like a ton to cover. I mean, there wasn't a ton of like highlight plays to go over. It was just kind of like a real
that's for
sluggish
sure.
game. It was a decent. It was a fun game to watch, but it was pretty sluggish like as a whole. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, we'll be doing weekly stuff now. Like last week was kind of the whole thing. I've been sick. Drew's really busy, so we kind of just couldn't get one out last week. But I mean, there's nothing really to talk about. We talked about the line. We talked about the preseason stuff already, so there wasn't a ton to talk about in that
Yeah.
one. But we appreciate y'all for tuning.